Guys, I told myself that I was never going to wear clip-on Bluetooth earbuds again. Why would I strap something to the outside of my ear like it's 2004, especially when I have AirPods Pro? It just doesn't make sense. But then I wore the Shokz OpenDots 2 for a full workday, and then another, and then I quickly realized that I completely stopped reaching for my AirPods Pro. Now, it's not because these sound better than my AirPods Pro, because they certainly don't, and it's not because these block noise better than my AirPods Pro, because they don't do that either. But if you are a certain type of person and looking for the most practical earbuds in 2026, the Shokz OpenDot 2 might just be it. Let's get started. Now, here is the thing about AirPods Pro Transparency Mode. I used to think that this solved a real problem, but the truth is, it only made the problem that much more noticeable. You put them in your ears, you enable transparency mode, and technically you can hear what's going on around you. But it still sounds like the world around you is being piped in through a microphone, because it absolutely is. Everything that you hear is captured, processed, and fed back to you with a slight digital signature. And if your brain is like mine, it is completely noticeable. Well, the Shokz OpenDots 2 don't do any of that. There's no mic capturing your environment, no processing, no filter. Sound just reaches your ears the way that it always has been before this, naturally, and there's nothing blocking that audio. There's nothing plugging up your ear, nothing making a seal. It sounds like it's something trivial, but it really is not. So after using the OpenDot 2s for 10 days, I have a very clear picture of who these are for and whether or not they are worth $199. Now let's start with comfort, because if you cannot wear these all day, really nothing else is going to matter. The OpenDot 2 clip on behind your ear. They don't go on top of it, they don't go under it, they don't go inside of it. The headphone is a two-piece design with a round speaker that's here in the front that rests along the ridge of your ear. It wraps around behind your ear via a thin metal band where the battery and the touch surfaces are located. Now, for the first hour, I genuinely did not even recognize or realize that I was wearing them. And it wasn't until about hour 4 that I had a little bit of ear fatigue on my right ear, where I just opened it up and moved it up and down where that fatigue went away. And that's really my opinion of what all-day comfort is. It's not that you're not going to have zero adjustments. It's that you might have to adjust it once and you kind of go out after 4 hours. But that's not my experience with other headphones, because I always have to reseat them in my ears, either push them in or kind of pull them down. And that's just, I think, the way that those earbuds work, unlike these where it has that tension that's being forced here on your ears. And it gives you a much better fit, in my opinion. Now, if you're wondering whether or not this design will hold on your ears or stay on your ears, I can tell you that the clip is firm enough where you shouldn't see any movement. And these headphones themselves are IP57 rated. That means that they're designed to be worn while exercising, biking. I did skateboarding, running, walking, and all those different types of movement. I had no trouble with these staying in place. And that's a big deal for a tool that you're supposed to be, wearing all the time. That means that rain, sweat, or even clumsy coffee spills at your desk is not going to kill them. One thing that I was actually very pleased to find out is that when you're wearing these, if you have glasses or sunglasses, there's no type of obstruction with these, and you can wear them no problem in your ears with glasses, because they're not covering or they're not coming close to the top of your ears. They're just sitting at the back. So there's no conflict with the arms, the frame, or anything else that you'd wear outside during the summer or just normal everyday life. Speaking of everyday life, battery is about 9 to 10 hours in real world usage per charge. And when you pair that with the charging case, you're gonna get a total of 40 hours of listening time between charges and the charging case. Now, the good thing is that these are Qi 2 compatible, meaning that you can put them on a Qi 2 charger. So if you forget to charge them while you're going to the gym, or you're on your way to work, you can quickly charge them either using USB-C at the bottom or Qi 2 for 5 minutes and get 2 hours of playback. Next up is going to be sound quality, and I need to set your expectations here correctly, because these do not sound like AirPods Pro. They don't sound like those big over-the-ear headphones like the Sony XM6s. These are not competing with sealed earbuds on audio fidelity, and if that is your primary criteria, really just stop watching now, go buy AirPods Pro, you are done. Maybe subscribe for more content like this. But what they do sound like, they do sound surprisingly good for what they are. The OpenDots 2 have a companion app with a full EQ and Dolby audio processing. Now, I tested it both on and off. Without Dolby, I would say that the sound is open, it's reasonably clear, and mid-forward. You're not getting deep bass, because physics obviously would prevent that because of the way that they're designed, because there's no seal here with these headphones. But what you are getting is enough. With Dolby on, there is a noticeable improvement in separation and low-end performance. It doesn't transform the experience where you're like, oh my God, are these actually sitting in my ear? But is a meaningful upgrade for the music, so I decided to leave it on. And the honest framing is this: if you are evaluating these as strictly headphones, I think that you might be disappointed. But if you are evaluating these as always-on earbuds that happen to play audio while you're living your life, I think that you will be pleasantly surprised. The sound quality is completely acceptable. That's not a criticism, that's just how the product is, and it's doing exactly what it's designed to do. I was able to listen to music on a walk. I had a podcast running during lunch. It worked. I didn't once wish for better sound because I was also fully present in my environment, which to me is one of the main benefits of these type of headphones. Next up is situational awareness. And for me, this is the entire product. Everything else is going to be secondary. Now, I talked about in the setup where transparency mode, it pipes in your environment around you through a microphone. These do not. There's nothing here to process the outside world around you. The audio or whatever your environment is, it just reaches your ears directly and there's nothing in the way. That difference is real and it's not subtle once you've felt it. You understand what I'm talking about. A car passing by sounds like a car. Someone's saying your name, it sounds like your name. There's no faint digital signature to it. It doesn't sound like a feature. It feels like the absence of a feature, which is exactly why I like it. For working in a shared office space, home with family, anywhere that you really need to stay available and present, this is a meaningfully different experience than sealed earbuds in transparency mode. And because you're staying connected to the world around you, you do not want to be fumbling with your phone. So on the back of each of the earbuds, there is a surface that you can squeeze with your index finger and your pointer finger to play, pause, rewind, fast forward, as well as there's wear detection. So as soon as you put it in your ear, you're gonna hear a slight audible tone letting you know that it's connected and obviously it's on. But you can also go ahead and tap along the sides here, and you can actually even control these gestures inside of the Shokz app as well. Next, let's talk about call quality, and here I'm gonna have the most nuanced opinion. The Shokz OpenDot 2 are left-right independent, meaning that I can take either one of these out of their case and place them on either one of my ears, which makes it incredibly convenient for those times where you have to jump on a call real quickly. Maybe someone pings you on Teams and they say, hey, are you available? And then at that moment, they're actually just already calling your phone. Well, you can do that real quickly with these headphones in a jiff. Once these are in your ear, they do use bone conduction for the microphone and not for the speaker, but for the mic in order to go ahead and transmit your voice. The voice is being picked up through vibration in your jawline or in your skull, which makes these actually kind of cool. The way that it works is that they are theoretically filters out the wind noise and ambient noise before it even hits the signal because of the way that it's measuring what you're saying and how you're saying it. Now, the outdoor test is where it gets wild. I think these perform better than expected. Here you'll see me talking and walking with the headphones on in kind of a noisy environment. You let me know what you think down in the comments below.
Okay, so we are right now in the front-facing camera of the iPhone using the Blackmagic app, and we're testing out the audio quality of the Shokz OpenDots 2. Now, you're going to have to let me know what you think of them, but they should sound pretty good based on the 3 mics that they have and how it uses bone conduction. But let me know what you think down below.
So if you're taking calls in controlled environments like your desk, your car, your house, these will be completely adequate. And really, if you're taking calls outside for any reason, I think that these will perform very well based on the bone conduction test that I did. This is the question I get most often. How does a non-Apple accessory survive in an Apple-centric ecosystem? Well, the honest answer is better than I expected, but there is one limitation. Multipoint pairing connects 2 devices simultaneously, your iPhone and your Mac, or your iPad and your iPhone. It doesn't really matter what it is, but I ran this for multiple days while connected to both my iPad and my iPhone, and the switching worked. A call coming into my iPhone while the music was playing on my iPad would pause that device. The OpenDots 2 would then take over the call. Once I was done with it, it would hand it back over to my iPad, and it worked as I guess it was what you would expect. It's not as seamless because there's no iCloud handoff, and even though there is automatic ear detection, if you walk away from that device, there's really no integration to go into the device and switch it like you do see in Control Center when you go to Control Center and you click on the Now Playing tile, other than going into Bluetooth and tapping on the actual accessory. So if you are deep in the Apple ecosystem and those kind of micro conveniences really matter to you, you will notice that they're missing. They're not necessarily a deal breaker, but you'll notice for sure. But the reframe is, AirPods are $249. These are $199, and the automatic handoff feature that you're paying for with AirPods really requires you to have them in your ears. So if that is something that you're struggling with, it defeats the entire purpose of this product category, in my opinion. The companion app adds smart wear detection that pauses when you take them off. There's a drop alert that's currently in beta that notifies you when they fall. These are all kind of features that add to the experience. They're not necessarily, it's not something that is like for like with AirPods, but I think that genuinely the last one, which is the drop notification, it does make it, I think it's just a smoother experience overall. And the ecosystem story is, if you are using these as your primary earbuds, the missing integration from Apple will bother you. But if you're using these as an always on kind of presence layer, what you wear while you're at your desk, moving around the house, doing something where you need to stay in the room, present, the ecosystem will essentially disappear, in my opinion. Because you're not treating them like AirPods, you are treating them like earrings that just happen to play audio. So here is who buys the Shokz OpenDots 2. If you work in a shared office space, home, coffee shop, and you caught yourself, removing your AirPods every 20 minutes to stay present, these I would definitely consider checking out because you won't have that issue at all. If you exercise alone, if you are in areas where hearing your environment isn't optional, traffic, trails, other people that you need information from real time, maybe you're like a police officer or some type of emergency worker, these are definitely for you to check out. If you're on calls regularly in non-ideal conditions, these are gonna be for you. But you do not buy these if you're someone who finds yourself often on a plane, because they're not gonna be that type of great experience that you have for in a loud environment where you need isolation to think or to process. And if you care deeply about bass response, audio fidelity, or if you want one pair of earbuds for everything, these are not for you. And I mean that as information, not a criticism, because I have multiple pair of earbuds for depending on whatever I'm trying to do. Now, the practical heuristic is this. If your AirPods are going in and coming out of your ears more than 4 times a day because life just keeps interrupting you, you probably don't need better AirPods. You need a different product category altogether, and that's gonna be the Shokz OpenDot 2. And I think for $199, you're not gonna find anything better. Now, let me know if you wanna see the Shokz OpenDot 2 compared against something else, a different pair of headphones, and you can check out my review of the OpenFit 2 against the Powerbeats Pro 2 by clicking this video right here in the description. My name is Mike, guys, and I will talk to you in the next one.